Nazara from Nazara's Fine Crafts. Today I'm going to try my hand at tutorials. This is a tutorial about brims for crochet hats. I have 3 different ways that I have learned to do brims, and I'm going to show you first off the one that I enjoy doing most and have really enjoyed the look of the finished project. If you happen to like this video, go ahead and thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do have another unboxing coming next week from Michaels. It's some new yarn that I'm going to be checking out, and let's go ahead and get into it. So this is already a worked up top portion of a crocheted beanie cap. All I did was a double crochet, and instead of doing in the chain, I did between the double crochets for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. And now I'm going to be starting on my brim. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do a front post double crochet. So you're going to go in between the 2 doubles and then go behind the first double crochet, come out, yo over, and then you're going to do your double crochet. The next one is going to be on the back, so you're going to go behind your work and come up between those 2 double crochets, and you're going to go over the second double crochet, and you're gonna yo pull up, yo pull up. So, and then the next one's gonna be front, and back, and you're gonna work all the way around the brim. This works for baby brims, adult brims, child brims, any of the like. So you're just going to continue to go all the way around, front to back. Alright, so we're coming to the end here. So front, back, and then you're going to join in this top stitch by doing a slip stitch. And then you see that it's already it's taking that last row and actually making a little bit of a front and back brim, a rippled brim. So the more you continue to do this, the more it's going to have a cohesive look. So I'm probably going to do about 4 more rows, 3 or 4 more rows of the front and back stitch. So you just repeat the chain 2, and then it's going to be a lot easier now since you already have it where you have the front and back loops. So front, back, front. Makes it so much easier to just get that loop instead of having to separate them. So I will meet you around on the other side after I have all 4 rows done. Okay, so this is how this one turned out with the 5 rows of front and back post double crochets. So it took this row, that last row we did of regular, and it turned it into the front and back rippled. It makes a really nice texture, and you get this really nice even line at the end, so you don't have to worry about, oh, did I miss a stitch or anything like that. And something I like about crochet hats is you can reverse them depending on which side you like better. And then we're going to start the next one. Let me pull in my hat. So this hat, I did the double crochet, but I did it with double crochet into the back loop only. So it made this ridged effect with the back loop only. But so this side, this one we're going to, it's going to be somewhat the same effect, except for we're going to be working sideways. So we're going to crochet as long as we want the brim. So I'm going to go ahead and crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So chain of 7, and then I'm going to add 1. So chain of 8. Then you're going to single stitch back. You're going to skip this very first one and then go to the next. And that's a regular single crochet. And then single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, maybe. This yarn's not exactly working with me right now. 3, 4. Okay, so and then you're going to slip stitch in the same as your chain. And then slip stitch in the next on the hat. And you're going to turn your work sideways. And on this one, we're going to be working in this back loop only. So, and you're going to single crochet in this back loop. And you're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I like to just do right in this very last one. I don't do back stitch in the last one, and 8, and then chain 1, and now we're going to turn it around again. And in the back loop, we're not doing this very first one, we're going into the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So in this one, don't slip stitch in the same one that you slip stitched in last. You're going to go to the next one. And then slip stitch in that next one as well. And turn. And then slip stitch in the back loop. Not slip stitch. Single crochet in the back loop only. So we're going to do this and repeat this all the way around till we get to the other side. So I will meet you there. Alright, I've gone all the way around, and epic rookie mistake. two rows left, and I ran out of red. So I'm going to show you on with the silver. So we're at the end now where I did a single crochet in the very last loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip him inside out. Yes, this is where I joined my my yarn. It's horrible. So I just haven't trimmed it yet. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to line these up, and we're going to take this outside loop right here, just the outside, and we're going to join it to the other side on the outside, and we're just going to slip stitch. Next one, and slip stitch. Next one, make sure you stay in the outside of that last row, and it's really easy to find the outside one on the first row because it's going to be the loosest one sitting there. So all the way up. And then in the end, and on the very last outside loop, sorry, it's a little hard to, this yarn gets a little tight, and then slip stitch, and trim, do your knots. I like to do a double knot on that last one just because I really don't want it to come out. And then weave in your ends and everything, and then turn it back to right side out. And other than that gray spot, it turned out to be a really nice hat. So I love the way that this one also, the texture that it gives, but unless you're counting constantly and you get the right stitch, this sometimes can be inconsistent, as well as your edge can end up turning out kind of wonky. But this one turned out well, and it's a little bit harder because you got to turn sideways and all of that compared to this one, and it's not nearly as much texture. So I guess it's just personal preference there. So, and now let me get set up for our last demonstration. Okay, so here's our third brim that we're going to make. If you've liked this video so far, then please give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my page. I'll be doing more tutorials. I'll be doing a giveaway soon. And yarn that we're using, it's Lion Brands Color Made Easy. The color is Anthurium. Yeah, there's the card, but it's a really thick yarn and it's soft. I love it. It works up really easy. I am not sure what brand this one was. This was just an extra that I had in my my scrap pile. That's why it ran out. But this one was actually a little bit more difficult to work with. It did like to kind of shred and thread, but that's what that one is. So this one, we did the regular length of the hat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows of just double crochet, just a normal double crochet all the way down. This one goes to right below my eyebrows. And so I want to do a folding brim. Now, if I continue to go the direction that I was going, which is this way, then I'll get this texture instead of this texture for the brim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet 2 And I'm going to turn my work and go into the next one and go all the way around for about 2 or 3 rows so that I can get a nice folded up brim. So I will meet you when I am done with those couple of rows, and I'll show you how to attach it to the hat so that it's a fold up brim, a double brim. So I'll see you in a moment. So I'm at the end. I went ahead and did 4 rows, and now I'm going to pull up, and so that I have this nice little knot right here. So, and then you need yarn needle and thread it in. I've tried to crochet, kind of like do a slip stitch to crochet this in, but I don't like the way it looks, so I end up doing just a whip stitch all the way around. You can leave the brim just open like this. Just go ahead and weave off, or tie off and weave in your ends. But I like to connect it, so I just find where it matches up and then just whip stitch through there all the way around. And you see how it kind of, let me get a few of these done and I'll show you. Tail is too long. So I'm going in between the double crochets and then coming through down here into where they're joined and then into the top chain of the brim. But you see how it leaves kind of a brim still, but it's connected, so it won't come loose, won't come down. And you see the difference with turning your stitches around. It keeps it consistent instead of turning it into that right there. You see how it, the wrong side, which the wrong side is a neat texture and everything like that. It's just not the texture I want. So, okay, so something I need to show you guys is, you see in the beginning my stitches were on top of each other. Now it's getting kind of behind. Do not, I repeat, do not skip a stitch, otherwise your brim will be all cattywampus. So just a little note that it will look like it's going to be cattywampus from going behind, but don't fall into the temptation to skip that stitch to go back up here, okay? It gets a little bit more difficult to weave through there, but it'll be worth it in the end, okay? So I'm all the way around, and I'm just going to tie off my work and weave in my ends. So I am not methodical with weaving in my ends. I just kind of throw it in there, and then I like to do a knot again at the end, so because I have a bad experience with my work liking to my weaved ends liking to show up and show out, and then people are like, oh, you didn't tie this off, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yes I did, it just cut it off a little bit more, it just happened to come out of the thing, so it looks like it's coming apart, but it's really not. So, and then do a double on the inside and push it tight. Weave that one in through there and go ahead and cut it. So that is the third one, the front of it, and you see how it still has like a little bit of a brim to it, but it's not going to come all loosey-goosey. So those are the 3 different patterns. So there's the one with that brim. Here's the one with the rippled brim, which I added a little pom-pom to. Love it. So that was the first one. That was the first one I showed you. And then of course this one, which you turn sideways and did the row all by itself. So if you like this video, once again, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more tutorials, just let me know if you have an idea of what you want to learn and if you liked my style of teaching it. And I will see you next time. Bye.